Hey, so today I'm doing a San Mateo County real estate market update for the month of June 2025. We're going to compare the data that came out in June of 2025 with the data that came out in June 2024. We're going to look at single family homes. We're going to look at condos and townhomes. We're going to take a look at the data. We're going to talk a little bit about it, see what's changed, see what's going on in the local real estate market. I am Joe Polyak, a real estate broker, founder, lead realtor of Rise Homes. We're a local boutique brokerage serving the San Francisco Bay Area. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, would love to help you. And thanks again for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave any feedback or questions in the comment section below. So single family home data for the month of June 2024, the number of new listings that hit the market was 387. And June 2025, the number of new listings that hit the market was 405. That is an increase of 5% year over year. Inventory level, so that's the number of homes listed for sale at the end of the month. June 2024 was 469 and June 2025 was 595. So a pretty significant increase of 27% year over year. And we have been seeing that increase in supply has kind of also spread out the buyers that we have. So that increase in supply has spread out a lot of the buyers that we had, while also we're seeing less buyers in the market in general for one reason or another. You can probably speculate what those reasons are with current events and things like that going on. Yeah, that's what's happening. So the number of sold listings last year is 351 and the number of sold listings this year is 359, slight increase of 2% year over year. Average days on market last year was 19. This year that number is 22, 3-day increase. So it's not, a major slowdown or anything like that. Average sales price last year was $2,704,000. This year that number is $2,727,000. So actually a slight increase year over year of 1%. Last year median sales price was $1,960,000 and this year that number is $2 million. So a slight increase of 2% year over year. So even though inventory levels have kind of shot up, prices haven't gone down. So we might see that change in these coming months a little bit as more and more of these homes that have sat on the market longer start being willing to take lower offers. Median price per square foot last year was $1,193,000. This year that number is $1,178,000. So that is a decrease actually of 1%. So a little decrease there. And then percentage of list price received last year was homes were selling for 7% over the asking price. This year they're selling for 3% over the asking price. Sales volume last year was $949 million and some change. This year that number is $979 million and some change. So an increase of 3% year over year. And lastly, months of inventory last year was 1.3. This year that number is 1.6. So all in all, for single family homes throughout San Mateo County, the peninsula, we have seen a little bit of a slowdown for sure, with days on market going up, inventory levels significantly going up, and then months of inventory up a little bit. But we're still in a pretty hot seller's market, all things considered, when you look at like national averages, historic averages, things like that. So even though it's a little bit of a slowdown from the crazy 10, 15, 20 offers, it's still in the 5 to 10 offer range from many or most homes, a lot of the most desirable homes. So single family homes still, people always ask me, is it a good time to sell? Is it a good time to buy? What's the market like? It really depends on what you have and what you're doing. If you're looking to buy a condo in a kind of not desirable area or something, then it's a buyer's market and you could probably pick it up for a lot cheaper than it historically used to cost. Whereas if you're buying a single family home in Menlo Park or Burlingame that's fairly priced and listed low, no, you're still going to pay. You're still going to pay to play to get in there. So, okay, let's jump into condos, townhomes. June 2024, the number of new listings was 141. June 2025, that number was 153. So a increase of 9% year over year. Inventory last year was 251. This year, that number is 343. So again, we see a pretty significant increase in inventory levels, 37% year over year increase. The number of sold last year was 97 and the number of sold this year was 86. So fairly significant decrease in the number of sold, 11%. Average days on market last year was 30. This year, that number is 42, a 40% increase year over year. That's pretty significant. Average sales price last year was $1,147,000 and basically $1,148,000. And this year, that number is $940,161. So a decrease of 18% year over year. Pretty significant. Median sales price last year was $1 million. This year, that number is $856,000. So a 14% decrease year over year. A median price per square foot last year, the number was $833 price per square foot. This year, that number is $757. So a decrease of 9% year over year. And an average list price received, Homes were selling for 1% over the asking price last year. This year, they're selling for 1% below the asking price. Total sales volume, 111 million last year. This year, that number is 80 million and some change, a decrease of 27% year over year. And months of inventory last year was 2.4. This year, that number is 3.3. So a 38% increase. So we are now getting into the buyer's market range, kind of the buyer's market world for condos, townhomes in San Mateo County. So that is pretty significant change, because even during the pandemic months, we saw a slowdown for sure in condos, townhomes, whereas we saw, skyrocketing in single family homes. But now it's seeming like inventory levels shooting up and months of inventory. This is kind of seeming like one of the slower times that I, in recent memory, have for condos, townhomes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, feedback. Of course, feel free to reach out if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate anywhere in the San Francisco Bay Area. Me and my team are ready to help you realize your real estate goals and dreams. Thanks again.